Hey, online radio listeners, help keep internet radio free and its advertising relevant to you. Simply open your radio player and click on the survey banner now and take a quick questionnaire about the advertising you hear on your favorite online stations. It only takes about 1 minute to complete and submit your opinions. Your answers will detail the advertising you've heard recently across different radio stations. So make your voice heard. Open your radio player, click on the survey banner to participate now. Thank you for listening and for your participation.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver Common Sense Show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, it's easy. Well, hopefully it's easy, but for some reason, why isn't that coming up? Come on. There we go. My live stream was black for a minute. I was going, what the hell? If you want to watch a live stream, it's easy. Just go to shrmedia.com. And there's two other ways. You can go to YouTube. You can go to Facebook. All you have to do is search for SHR Media. That's it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button. How's everybody doing? It is a Friday. Time for the weekend. Already got plans for tomorrow. Already got plans. My wife wants to do stuff. So, tomorrow we are going to the power plant. And I know, you probably think, why would you want to go to a power plant? Now, here in Hillsborough County, Florida, it's starting to get a little cold out. And the manatees go looking for warm weather. So they have this section next to the power plant where the heated water comes out. That use the water to cool, and it comes out warm. So the manatees go into that area, and they actually lock them into that area for the winter. They lock them down so they can't get out, so they're nice and safe. So you go in there, and it's teeming with marine life. You can see all different types of fish. You have the manatees, then you'll have stingrays, then you'll have black-tick sharks that are in there. It's beautiful. Well, they've added a stingray petting tank. All this is free. There's no charge, and you get to walk out about a half mile out into the Tampa Bay. So we're going to go there. And from there, we're going to head to do some fishing this weekend again. I think I got my wife and kid hooked now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I got them hooked. It's going to be a little bit chilly. Chilly the Willy the Penguin tomorrow night. It'll be in the 70s, I think. Actually, I want to pull up the weather so I can see what it's like. Like right now, it's getting a little chilly out. A couple of nights we got 50s. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what it is. Certain shows I start out, and I'll be yawning, and then it'll just go away. I'm not tired. I'm not bored. Ooh, winter storm warnings. Heavy snowfall on the way for the West Coast. Not for me. Hell no. I know here in Valrico, they're looking at a low of 62 tonight. Woohoo! Nice cold night. St. Petersburg, Florida. See what the weather's going to be for tomorrow and tomorrow night for St. Petersburg, Florida. Come on. Come on. Tomorrow will be a high of 82. And they're saying a low of 67 tomorrow night. What I want to also look at is the rain chances. The next 8 hours. Oh, it's looking good. Be a little bit chilly out. Have to remember to bring a throw over. By the time we get done, it'll be about 71 degrees. So, yeah, I'll need a sweatshirt or something. I complain about this on a lot of shows. Beginning of the show, I'm like yawning for no goddamn reason. And it pisses me off. So, and I'm already pissed off today. And I know a lot of people are pissed off. And we're going to get to it later. Bo Bergdog, that piece of shit. He fucking stepped in shit and won the fucking lottery. Piece of shit he is. Oh, I am embarrassed. I am absolute embarrassed. But we're going to get on to that later. Clinton. And this was on a special report. Charles Hurt reacted to former Democrat National Committee Chairwoman Donna Brazil's bombshell claim that the DNC rigged the Democratic presidential primary to ensure that Hillary Clinton won the nomination over Bernie Sanders. Brazil alleged that the DNC was in debt and signed an agreement with the Clinton campaign to keep the party financially afloat. And where was I? Was just reading, actually on NPR, they have an article, and Brazil wrote that she discovered an agreement that specified that in exchange for raising money and investing in the DNC, Hillary would control the party's finances, strategy, and all the money raised. Sniffles. She said that effectively turned the party's finance strategy and staffing decisions over to the Clinton team. We have 3 Watergate-level scandals going on right now involving the Clinton, Hurt said, pointing to the recent revelation about the controversial Uranium One deal and the Clinton campaign's financing of the now famous Trump dossier. Do you know what pissed me off even more? Jeff Sessions. He has no plans at all for anything because he says he has to recuse himself. Well, you know what? Mr. Sessions, all due respect, I think you need to recuse yourself as Secretary of State at this point. As much as I was happy to see you become Secretary of State, and it was the last person I expected to bow down like you did. You bowed down to the Democrats. You need to step aside. We need an independent counsel on the Uranium One deal to investigate not just Hillary Clinton, Mueller, Rosenstein, Obama, Eric Holder, Hillary Clinton, and a host of other department and personnel. Then we need to have also a special investigation, an independent counsel take a look at Hillary Clinton's email situation and the financing of this Trump dossier that involved foreign countries. And there's 3 right there, right off the bat. And you know what's even worse? Have you noticed? all these big names of the sexual harassment, rape, and all that in Hollywood going on, the pedophilia, for some reason it keeps leading back to Bill Clinton and Hillary. These big-time players seem to be friends with Bill Clinton. Or is it that just me that noticed that? And what the Republicans, there's a couple out there in front of the TV screaming we need these investigations. But for the most part, they're, what are we going to do? Bunch of ballless wonder little pussies, a lot of these Republicans are. No balls. All mouth, no balls. Pisses me. Oh. She has, for too long, been running all over this government. We're supposed to be cleaning this government up. And Jeff Sessions, well, I had to recuse myself. You know what? If I had to recuse myself from something of my job, it would be sayonara. You can't do the job? Bye-bye. And this is stunning stuff, Hart said, adding that he is not sure if it's worth it to pursue these allegations in a legal sense, but it is stunning the amount of scandals that these people are sunk in right now. All right, maybe the DNC one isn't legality worth, but there's a lot of others that she needs to be investigated. The email, the dossier, Uranium One deal. This is a DNC fucking problem. I understand DNC technically is a private company, same as the RNC is. They can put in and make rule changes, do whatever they want at any time. They can nominate whoever the hell they want. They do not need the permission of the American people. I understand that. It would be a death sentence, I think, for any party if they just outright. Well, then again, I mean, DNC's still around. Oh my God. Jonah Goldberg said very few people are shocked that the Clintons are corrupt, although he disagreed with the claim that the Uranium One deal is Watergate level. Yeah, it's beyond Watergate level. That had nothing to do with elections. This had to deal with selling weapons-grade uranium to Russia. Well, it didn't go out of country. Bullshit, it's already gone out of country. We know that. Well, it went to these countries. They're not supposed to be shipping it. And we don't know where it went after that. Because they don't have the rights to be doing it, so they're shipping it illegally. You fucking morons. This shit's going into countries where it's not a good thing. But this Jonah, I don't know who it is, Goldberg, says he assumes that the Federal Election Commission regulations require parties to hold fairer primaries. So they could be an actual violation of law and in some serious trouble. What? You know what? It proves just how corrupt the DNC is. How corrupt the Clintons are. But I don't really care that much over it. It's a nice thing to talk about. We're going to talk about it more. But it's not something I'd be like, oh my God, she's going to go to jail for. No. But could you imagine for 1 second that was Trump? And Trump rigged the RNC? Could you imagine the Democrats running to the mic right now today? It'd be nonstop. Democrats. Nonstop. That's all we would have heard all day is just them going at it. But the Republicans, nothing. Zip. Zilch. We don't hear nothing. Again, like I said, if it was the Republicans that did it, and all we would hear from the Democrat is, sorry. That's all we would hear. I'm sorry, sir. Can I get a question? Can I ask you a question? That's all we would hear from him right now. Just nonstop, wall to wall. Oh, man. My wife made me watch Charlie Brown. What is it? Pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin the other day. Oh, I was about ready to bash my head in. No. I mean, she was right. It's those things that you do during the holiday. You watch that type of stuff. She was right. But it was like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. Ugh. It's. I just can't believe what I'm seeing in our government. And continues to get away with. I mean, it shouldn't come as a surprise after seeing Bird Dog today. Bird Dog. Oh, I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. Totally embarrassed. Oh, man. So, Representative Ron DeSantis spoke on Thursday regarding a proposed Mueller amendment to limit the special counsel investigation to between March 2015 and the present, and also tax reform in the House. Quote, "We now know without a shadow of a doubt that the Democrat Party and Hillary Clinton paid Fusion GPS and Steele to acquire this dossier, which required colluding with Russian operatives and Russian nationals. So they produced this dossier, and I believe yesterday I called for the FBI, the Justice Department, to declassify all the FISA applications involving Trump associates, because what I think happened is, I think they used the information from the dossier to be able to get surveillance on Trump and his associates. And then the fruits of that formed the basis of what had been leaked to the press over the first 3 or 4 months of the Trump's White House. So in other words, a lot of illegal wiretaps, he says, gathered a lot of information which was used. I still don't believe hardly any of those quote-unquote leaked documents. Leaked sources tell us, don't believe them. So far, none of them have panned out. Well, wait a minute, sorry. The one on Friday was somewhat close. He had to deal with somebody that worked with Trump. I still don't understand how that had anything to do with that investigation. That should have been handed off to another group to investigate, because that has nothing to do with Trump and Russia and collusion. Nothing. That should have been handed off to an actual investigator of the DOJ. I don't know about anybody else. That's just how I feel. All right, we're going to head to break in a minute, but we're going to have Money Talk Minute with Melanie, and then we're going to head to break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to this week's Money Talk Minute with your business diva, Melanie Collette. This week, we're going to discuss interest rates. Why are they important? Well, they're important on two sides of your financial coin. On the one side, you have your debt, credit card debt, loans, and things like that. You always want to get the lowest interest rate possible. Why? That means that money is costing you a lot less to borrow with a lower interest rate. And speaking of that, when you're looking at which loan or which credit card to pay off first, you're always going to look at the interest rate. Which one has the highest interest rate? That's the one you want to start paying off first. On the savings side of the financial coin, what kind of savings account do you want to open? Which one should you choose? You will always choose the one with the best interest rate, and on the savings side, the best interest rate will be the highest interest rate. This means it will yield you the highest amount of return. And that's it for your Money Talk Minute of the Week. I am your business diva, Melanie Collette.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver Common Sense Show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, live rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Oh, man. Don't forget it's Friday, November 3rd. You know what that means? Tomorrow is November 4th. And if you haven't been paying attention, Antifa and Tifa have been running their mouths how they're going to be doing oh so much. Well, that supposedly is tomorrow. The Antifa, they're calling Antifa Apocalypse. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, my God, how can they do it? Here's the thing. If they do what they're saying they're going to do with all the violence and everything, it's called premeditation. They're done with. They're done with. This is not a Obama administration that's going to put up with that shit. And if they don't, and this goes off like even just, they block some highways. They, yeah, no Trump, no Trump, no Trump. They're still going to look like a bunch of idiots. I do believe a lot of this shit was blown up to be bigger than it actually is. I think this is nowhere near what they were. I think there was some groups trying to make them look like idiots. It's not that hard to make them look like idiots, but I think there was some groups trying to make them look like idiots. And they kind of succeeded in making them look like idiots. I mean, you get these idiots, they're wearing their mom's panties as masks, and we're Antifa, I'm so yum yum. These are idiots that have played SOCOM too much. And you even got the militia version now. Dun, dun, dun. That doesn't kind of equal because that whole liberal movement, you're not supposed to be touching guns. Guns are bad. They're mean. So, I don't really see much happening. They're going to go out and talk how they did all this great things. They're not going to do shit. They're going to piss more people off than anything. And this article is, will the so-called Antifa apocalypse come with a bang or a whimper? I think it's going to be nothing. It is going to be nothing. Did they try to make it anything else? They announced it. They bragged. They're done with. The government goes at them full force. And if you looked at the cities that they're going after, they might get a little trouble going because they're in liberal cities. The cops are going to be told to stand down by the liberal government. They're not doing it in any conservative areas. because they know better. You're not going to see something like that happen here in Florida. You're not going to see them attack people here in Florida, Texas. People are able to defend themselves. I'm sorry, you get 3-4 people start beating on me, I'm going to start fearing for my life. And that's why you don't see it in California, Chicago, well, Illinois, I should say, New York. And even New York, you don't see it. New York cops don't take much. And they already disobeyed de Blasio as it is, so it's no skin off their back. I don't know. But it goes on. A series of anti-government leftist rallies set to descend on major cities nationwide Saturday is drawing the attention of local officials who, like the organizers themselves, fear the event could be hijacked by violent masked anarchists. So Antifa, who is the ones that wear those masks, and Antifa is the one that starts those trouble, the violence, is worried it's going to get hijacked. The left-wing Refuse Fascism group is using a November 4th as its kickoff for demonstration in nearly 24 U.S. cities. Protests, it will say, will continue day after day, night after night, not stopping until our demand is met. How's this for a demand to be met? Go fuck yourself. The demand is the removal of President Trump and Vice President Pence. Oh, is someone upset they picked the wrong candidate? Sounds like somebody needs their diaper changed. The gatherings are being described as a kind of Antifa apocalypse on right-wing media, according to the Washington Post. Several sites are expressing particular alarm about the loosely defined left-leaning group, which preaches a version of ferocious anti-government chaos that often uses domestic terrorist violence, according to a recent FBI report. Now, these flyers have been going around. Take the street and public squares. Trump, Pence must go. Oh, old-fashioned USA. Trump, Pence must go. Woo! I could say I came out here. I did something just like I was out here. I was out here and I was protesting for global warming, and we were just out here and we had this big party. Of course, we left so much garbage, but that's another story. Bunch of spoiled fucking brats. That's what it is. Not getting their way. There's no fascism coming from Trump. There's no oppression coming from Trump. Nobody's lost their fucking rights. Because I hear, we've lost our women's rights. What rights? Nobody's lost. In fact, I feel a little bit more freer now. I don't feel like I'm underneath an oppressive government anymore. I don't know. But they're out there. They're banging their guns and howling at the moon. And then I think November 8th, is it? They're supposed to be out there and yelling all day up at the sky. Trump won the election. Oh. My. My daughter's never acted this childish in her life. Never. And I'm talking even when she was 4 or 5 years old. She never acted this childish. Why? Because I instilled discipline into her. She knew she wasn't going to get what she wanted if she threw a fit. She knew she'd get a foot in the ass. And maybe that's what these idiots need. Foots and asses to everyone. Foots and asses. If those are your kids be very embarrassed. Mothers, hide your panties so they don't have masks. Don't give them change for the bus. Don't drive and drop them off because you think they're going to play with their friends. They're going to start trouble. But any which way, if you see these hissy fits, just be careful, people. So now it's saying that there's 20 cities where the rallies are set to occur: Atlanta, Austin, Boston, Chicago, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Honolulu, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, New York City, Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Seattle. To name a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 I named. The Antichrist, this violent group, whose name comes from the term anti-fascist, made news earlier this week for allegedly harassing a female reporter at Columbia University and for 7 arrests at California State University, Fulton, amidst reports of head punching and pepper spraying. You cannot try to wait things out. A Refuse Fascism call to action reads, those who lived through Nazi Germany and sat on the sideline looking as Hitler demonetized, criminalized, and eventually round up one group after another, became shameful collaborators with monstrous crimes. Well, these idiots talk about it like they were there. But little do they know, if this is what they actually were going to do, and they're meaning, they are using those techniques that they are trying to demonize. They're using those same techniques that Nazi Germany used. And I hate bringing up Nazi Germany because it's so played out. You stole the last cupcake. Hitler would have done that. You're just like Hitler. You took my cupcake from me. Hey, he cut me off in a car. Hitler would have cut me off in a car. He's got to be a Nazi. Everything anymore. Lego my ego. You must be Hitler. You stole my waffle. They say they're tapping into movements like Occupy Wall Street and the Women's March and Refuse Fascism. But they're all the same. I mean, and they all come from Occupy Wall Street. And I've heard so many people that dealt with that stuff at Occupy Wall Street. They're going the same people that are showing up for the anti-Trump or Occupy Wall Street. Those that are doing these Antifa protests and Refuse Fascism, they're all from Occupy Wall Street. That's why a lot of them are wearing masks, so they can't be identified, so people don't, you can't see them going from city to city to city. And they're being paid, people. Soros, it's not no fucking conspiracy theory. Soros is paying for these assholes. The longer we let Soros involvement into this country's politics, the worse it's going to get. And here's the thing. The organization is engaged with a broad coalition of groups, including the Revolutionary Communist Party, but says they are committed to nonviolent stance. When you see these little assholes running around crying fascism, that Trump's not fascism, they're running around with flags that look very much like the Nazi flag. Some of them running around with a communist Russian flag. Now, this one idiot, Z, told the Washington Post his organization does uphold the legal right to self-defense, but that they do not initiate violence and they oppose violence. They say that all the time. And then what do? They go out there and do. But we said we weren't going to fight. Someone, they said hi wrong, so we punched him in the head because he said hi, and he sounded like a Hitler saying hi to me, so I had to punch him in the head. It's the shit they do. Fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, shut up. It is ridiculous. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. It's Friday! Woo! It's party time. Party time. Excellent. Party on goth. Whatever, how that went. So just watch yourselves tomorrow with Antifa. So if it does happen, just have that in the back of your mind. One thing that I worry about is getting caught up in one of those fucking mobs. You know, being in the car and they try blocking you in, they start banging. Hey, as far as I know, that's threatening my life. And especially I have that kid in my car. Like I said, you don't see that shit here in Florida. It's amazing. Maybe it just hasn't happened yet, but I haven't seen anything like that happen here in Florida. I think everybody in the back of their mind knows that shit everybody is carrying. There's issues. We have problems here. We're not the perfect state. I'm not claiming that. But we don't have a lot of this shit going on. We have conservative officials. So, let's see what's up next. What's funny is you've never seen any of these assholes step up the last 8 years. Now, Trump's been in there 8 months, something like that. 9, 10, shit. He's been in there a while. And they want to go off, and he's abusing, he's oppressing. And it's the same shit I heard before he even took office. He hasn't done nothing to destroy anybody's lives. Our economy is booming. It's the funny thing. I see his approval ratings down. Bullshit. That thing is so tanked it's not even funny. Tanked ain't the word. People are happy with what's going on. And a lot of the polls are showing that when they start talking. Russia, do you agree with it? Well, I don't give a shit about it. I am back to work after all these years, and that's all I care about. I mean, that's all you're hearing from people. All this rhetoric is just that, rhetoric. And they don't give a shit. They don't believe all this crap. The only one that believes it is the ones that are spreading the lies. They're actually starting to buy into their own bullshit. I think that's scary within itself. When you start believing your own bullshit, that's bad. Setting something up real quick. I think Tucker just went off on Jim Acosta. And Jim Acosta's getting to be a joke. He's just after, and it's getting worse and worse. He just wants his next YouTube clip that he could play over and over again.
Look what I did. Look what I said.
I mean, that's all he... Oh, don't even... All right. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm just so over it. Oh, man. You just sit back and you see all the bullshit going on. You're like, damn. When is it going to be enough? We've been trying to straighten problems out, and it seems like they want to make it worse. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. It's... Oh, let me see what's coming up next. Senate Democrats. And it says they should be worried for the 2018 election. And you know what? They really should be worried. I know some people are like, no, they ain't got nothing. They're going to win. They're going to win. I don't know about that. Looking at these polls and looking at some approval numbers, they're not doing as good as they think they are. Only 3 of the 10 Democrat senators up for re-election in 2018 are above a 50% approval rate in states that favored Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential election, according to a new poll released Wednesday. Senator Heidi of North Dakota, and Joe Manchin of West Virginia, and John Tester of Montana, Heidi Heitkamp, are the only 3 with an above 50% approval rating, which is not a good sign for the future of the Democrat Party, a Morning Consult poll revealed. In a survey done in West Virginia, 53% of voters approve of Manchin and 36% disapprove. The margin of error on the West Virginia poll was plus or minus 2 percentage points. In Montana, the survey... Why do I have that in my head, survival? The survey showed 53% of voters in the state disapprove of the job Tester is doing. Tester's approval rating is down 6 percentage points from the second quarter. The Montana poll has a margin error of plus or minus 4 points. That's weird. In the survey from North Dakota, 55% of voters approve of the job Heitkamp is doing and 32% disapprove. The North Dakota poll has a margin of plus or minus 4 points. The Democrat National Committee met in Las Vegas in late October to discuss their strategy for the 2018 election, but reportedly spent no time debating the merits of the identity politics messaging they employed on their way to a resounding electoral defeat in 2016. The Morning Consult survey of registered voters across the nation was conducted online from July 1st through September 30th. They got to get it through their head. They really do. It's not good. Nobody wants that bullshit identity politics. People are done with it. It's tiresome. And they keep losing elections, and these idiots can't get that through their heads, and they seem to be doubling down on it. Okay, well, we lost because we did this. I know. Let's do it double the amount, and we'll win. Got to be a special kind of stupid to think like that. Really. Really. Special kind of stupid. I just... That made me laugh. I got a friend, he puts up some of the most smart-ass comments, sometimes sexual, and just stuff to make you go, huh? It's meant to be funny, and it is to me. I find it funny. So for some reason he put up today on Facebook, is it odd to masturbate with pepper spray? Okay. And some of the comments, someone asked, like, toothpaste? Now I put up there, and I know a nurse, and I'm sorry, I know this is a little bit way off topic of politics. She would do self-gratification, but she would use Vicks Vapor Rub. So I posted it, and some female on it just liked that comment, and it's like, she knows about it. She's done it. If she's liking that comment, she knows exactly what I did when I put it up there. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't know. It is what it is with some people. I'm not complaining about it. I think it's funny as hell. Sometimes it's fun just saying shit off the cuff and watch people go, what? It's weird, isn't it? Washington Post lately, I mean, there's still that douchebag of a newspaper, but they've been reporting on Hillary Clinton of late. I was like, damn. I feel sorry for New Jersey. This Phil Murphy that looks like he's going to win the election for governor. I feel so sorry for New Jersey. All I can say is get the hell out. Get the hell out while you can. Please. If you're liberal and you like that shit, stay right where the fuck you're at. If you want some freedoms, get the hell out and come to a conservative state. But the other thing I'm getting tired of, I've seen it so many times. People leave New Jersey, especially New Jersey, because of the overtaxing, just the nanny state. They get tired of it. So they come to a conservative state that's nice and free, and what do? They vote the same cocksuckers that they were just bitching about and ran from. They vote those cocksuckers back in office in the new state and destroy that state. Okay, I got sick from eating this from this restaurant. So I'm never going to eat at that restaurant again. Hey, look, there's that restaurant. Let's go eat there. Very Jake news. Tapper melts down. We'll be covering that on the other side of the break. We're going to hit a Melanie minute again. Money talk minute with Melanie. And then we're going to head to break, and we will be right back.
Welcome to this week's Money Talk Minute with your business diva, Melanie Collette. This week, we're going to discuss interest rates. Why are they important? Well, they're important on two sides of your financial coin. On the one side, you have your debt, credit card debt, loans, and things like that. You always want to get the lowest interest rate possible. Why? That means that that money is costing you a lot less to borrow with a lower interest rate. And speaking of that, when you're looking at which loan or which credit card to pay off first, you're always going to look at the interest rate. Which one has the highest interest rate? That's the one you want to start paying off first. On the savings side of the financial coin, what kind of savings account do you want to open? What one should you choose? You will always choose the one with the best interest rate. And on the savings side, the best interest rate will be the highest interest rate. This means it will yield you the highest amount of return. And that's it for your Money Talk Minute of the Week. I am your business diva, Melanie Collette.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver Common Sense Show hosted by Jersey Joe right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. Welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. All right, I'm looking at Facebook, and someone posted, here, let's put it, picture of a Home Depot truck, says rent me starting at $19, and it puts, we need to close the truck loophole. This terrorist obtained a high-capacity truck with a fully automatic transmission in only 15 minutes and used it to kill 8 people. We need sensible truck control now. Now, what came up is someone said, don't laugh because New York is putting in restrictions on rentals now. Oh, it wouldn't scare me. And someone posted it's like 3 heavy metalists. They look kind of Asian, I think. I know this is very racist of me, but it just reminded me. I put up the lyrics to Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting. Just got 3 kids just like swinging wildly. And everybody was Kung Fu Fighting. Huh. Oh, hold on. This I got to say hi to. I just got a Facebook message from my nephew. And he just finished basic training a couple weeks ago. He is United States Army now. I am so proud of my nephew. He did something that I never could do. I never went in the military, and that's the one thing that I should have done. I know I should have done. Hang on. Yeah, sorry about this. My nephew comes first before the show. And he did something that I never could do, and I should have done. But I knew I didn't have the mental outlook to do it back then. I wasn't the last, and I know I wouldn't have. I had respect for the military. I knew I wouldn't have been able to take the boot camp, the yelling, mainly waking up. Still to this day, I don't wake up early. I don't go to sleep until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I'm up by, lately, noontime. I mean, everyone's like, you get up at noon? I'm like, yeah, I don't go to bed. Hang on again. So it's with this stuff that's going on in Korea, I'm hoping he doesn't get shipped over there. That's going to be scary. But, he joined the military. He knows the dangers. He knew what he signed up for. So, I talk with him. So if I get a little distracted, you know why. And I apologize. At least I'm upfront and honest. Very Jake Tapper news. Tapper melts down over criticism of inaccurate Allah Akbar comments. Aloha snack bar! CNN Jake Tapper, who is already dealing with humiliating ratings and a reputation implosion, decided to put on a public spectacle Wednesday over criticism of his blatantly inappropriate and misleading comments surrounding the Islamic cry of Allah Akbar. In the immediate aftermath of Tuesday's terrorist attack, the worst in New York City since September 11, 2001, for some bizarre reason, Tapper felt the self-righteous need to say this. The Arabic chant, Allah Akbar, God is great, sometimes said under the most beautiful of circumstances, and too often we hear it being said in moments like this. Let us begin with the misleading part. Allah Akbar does not mean God is great. It means Allah is great. The left-wing CNN also misinterpreted this in a Sharon, and the difference is all the difference. As it was reported, Allah Akbar is the aggressive declaration that Allah and Islam are dominant over every other form of government, religion, law, and ethics. Which is why Islamic jihadists, in the midst of killing infidels, so often shouted, Allah Akbar! In other words, Allah Akbar is not some benign chant declaring God is great. Rather, it is a belligerent cry of religious and cultural supremacy. But on top of the misleading his viewers, there is the jaw-dropping inappropriateness of Tapper's a reminder that Allah Akbar is sometimes said under the most beautiful of circumstances. As Washington Times accurately pointed out, so was Heil Hitler said at weddings, funerals, family reunions, children's birthday parties. But who thinks offering that kind of context is anything but unseemly? So not only were Tapper's comments tasteless and inaccurate, to deflect from the deserved criticism, he decided to portray himself as the victim of the evil right-wing media. Using one of his transparent, semantic arguments, Tapper publicly freaked out and launched a hysterical Twitter crusade declaring his critics a liar, including those who quoted him directly like Sean Hannity, who did nothing more than broadcast video of the segment in question. Jake Tapper put out a tweet. Another lie, this time from the Washington Times, claiming I said something I never said. Just a blatant lie. You see, what happened is his memory is a little fuzzy because he was running away from sniper fire. Yeah, God damn it. Ah, damn typos. He telling me he started class and it's starting to get challenging at this point. Dealing with the electrical system. So I just told him nice, don't electrocute yourself, dumbass. I didn't call him a dumbass today. I'll be nice today. But yeah, Jake Tapper's going on and on and on with this shit. When he's the one that said it. Sorry. He put out there was a time when one could tell the difference between Fox and the nut jobs at InfoWar. It's getting tougher and tougher. Lies are lies. And you used to be able to tell the difference between Brian Williams and Jake Tapper, but anymore it's getting tougher and tougher. Lies are lies. Oh, people are just posting his video of him saying it, and they're lying about me. Lies, I tell you. That was not me. I was in Bosnia running from sniper fire. Oh, my God. These idiots. And then they went on, here's where the lie started with N. Give a DC or a Daily Caller who isn't familiar with how an adjective modifies a noun. My God. What a baby. Oh. This guy, I mean, Hannity lying now. The Fox News tweet I was referring to has been deleted because it was fake. Yeah, I doubt that. No surprise. Everybody's lying but him. It's all lies. Lies, I tell you. Oh. Things only got worse and more entertaining from there as the meltdown spread like an STD through those mindless minions forever begging for crumbs from Jake so woke. And they formed a Borg army of the dishonest. This is insane. Fox News hit piece on Jake Tapper that plays at people's ignorance. Probably the bots. They're finding out. It's now being found out that there's millions upon millions of bots being used. Oh, my God. I've known that for a long time now. And I'm pretty sure CNN owns half of them and Dan C owns the other half. Fox News should unequivocally apologize to Jake Tapper for this bullshit. He's the one that fucking said it. And now he's getting called out on it. He's running like a little bitch that Jake Tapper is. You say stupid shit like that, you get called out. It's on tape. People have heard it over and over again. He could try to spin it however he wants now. He's the one that said it. I don't know. Oh, this idiot. In my random sample of people in Texas, 98% trust Jake, 1% trust Fox, and 1% said go Astros. Yeah, I call bullshit on that poll. That's an outright lie. I love it. The king of fake news did not archive that moniker by accident, as has been detailed here. Tapper's outrageous, dishonest, semantic argument. I did not say Allah Akbar is beautiful. I said it is said during the most beautiful circumstances are the failing left-wing anchors stock in trade when it comes to spreading fake news. Among other things, Tapper has hid behind the slippery shield of semantics to continue to spread the debunked lie that President Trump mocked a reporter's disability, to pretend that Trump did not disavow David Duke, and to mislead his viewers into believing Trump failed to express condolence after a terrible attack on a mosque in Canada. This is not the first time Tapper has publicly lost his poise. I think he's lost his porridge, too. Get this before we go to break. Jeff Flake, this happened the other day when President Donald Trump criticized Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer for his role in the so-called diversity visa lottery program after reports that alleged attacker for New York City truck terrorist attack used it to enter the United States. Senator, so-called Republican Jeff Flake declared that we shouldn't look for blame just one day after a terrorist attack. He went after Trump and protected Democrat Chuck Schumer on multiple times during this incident. And you'll wonder why his approval rating, I think, is single digit. And he's not retiring. He knew he could not win. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Welcome to this week's Money Talk Minute with your business diva, Melanie Collette. This week, we're going to discuss interest rates. Why are they important? Well, they're important on two sides of your financial coin. On the one side, you have your debt, credit card debt, loans, and things like that. You always want to get the lowest interest rate possible. Why? That means that money is costing you a lot less to borrow with a lower interest rate. And speaking of debt, when you're looking at which loan or which credit card to pay off first, you're always going to look at the interest rate. Which one has the highest interest rate? That's the one you want to start paying off first. On the savings side of the financial coin, what kind of savings account do you want to open? What one should you choose? You will always choose the one with the best interest rate. And on the savings side, the best interest rate will be the highest interest rate. This means it will yield you the highest amount of return. And that's it for your Money Talk Minute of the Week. I am your business diva, Melanie Collette.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver Common Sense Show hosted by Jersey Joe right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. Now, here to make sense out of the senseless. Hang on in. Oh, I know it may sound stupid. I'm just so proud of that little shit. Almost brings a tear to my eye. When he graduated from boot camp, it did bring a tear to my eye that he set out a goal and he was very young and he kept it. I'm proud of him. All right. MSNBC's Ellie Stokols is mad at Trump. She's mad because he says that he called that President Trump called for the death penalty when discussing New York City terrorists and his actions. So, which I don't understand what the problem with that is, but the justification is he did not, and I quote, the unifying thread is sort of the broad politics of Donald Trump. The ethnocentric nationalism. He did not react this way when a white person shot dozens of people in Las Vegas. We need to give this guy the death penalty. What this moron, and they're talking about Stephen Paddock. Now, here's the problem. The terrorist is alive. He'll have to stand trial. He should get the death penalty. Stephen Paddock killed himself, you half-witted fucking moron. This is just an idiot trying to stoke racial problems where there shouldn't be any. How can he call for the death penalty when someone is already fucking dead? Is this the best that MSNBC could do, is get morons like this to come on air? Hell, I've done better the job than that. How How fucking stupid are they? Then they sit there and they want to blame Trump for the racial problems in this country. They want to say he's dividing this country and they're doing everything they can to keep it straight. This idiot is trying to start racial issues where there isn't any. Jesus Christ, how stupid. How many windows did this moron lick? I'm pretty sure they didn't have their fucking helmet on. God damn it, this is the shit that pisses me off. And I'm pretty sure, without knowing Trump, but I'd bet my life on it, that if that asshole Stephen Paddock had survived, Trump would be calling for the death penalty even for the white guy. You racist piece of shit. I don't even know who the hell this fucking moron is. This Eli Stokohl. What if he goes around banging his head with a fucking shoe going, can you hear that? Can you hear that? That's my skull, dude. Fucking moron. Oh, man. I don't know which one it is, but they're both dumbass white guys. I mean, how fucking stupid can you be? All right, we got a terrorist who's in the hospital that's demanding that an ISIS flag be flown in his hospital room, and this one wants to start racial problems for political brownie points.
Look, Nancy, look what I did. Did I do good?
Fucking morons. God. I mean, Trump did refer to Paddock as demented and a very sick individual, so it's not like the president spoke kindly about him. He simply did not call for the death penalty because you can't kill someone who is already dead. The Gateway pundit called Stokols moronic, while the Media Research Center said the Wall Street Journal needs to better police the people that it has in its important position if it wants people to take its journalism seriously. Stokols issued the following comment to Fox News. I am aware the Vegas shooter is already dead, and I did not mean to sound critical of President Trump for failing to call for the death penalty in that case. I understand how ridiculous that sounds. I was making a broader point about the president's response to Las Vegas, where he did not push for a policy change, and Charlottesville, where he did not call for the death penalty after a driver crashed into a crowd, in comparison to his more emotional, charged rhetoric following the terrorist attack this week. Let's see. Someone ran into one person. Heinous, disgusting. Person takes vehicle, runs over, kills 8, injures, 15? My numbers could be off. Please forgive me. Trump chastised and said very negatively, talked about that incident in Charlottesville. I just this guy, and he's trying to backtrack and double talk and defend what he had said. So this is the article I didn't. Well, I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to be happy to talk about. It's going to. Bo Bergdorf pled guilty to both charges 8 years ago. Bo Bird Dog walked off his base in Afghanistan and right into the clutches of the Taliban. Bird Dog walked out of a North Carolina courtroom a free man Friday. Bird Dog, who pled guilty to endangering his comrades, was fined, reduced in rank to an E1, and dishonorably discharged, but he received no prison time. People died looking for his dumbass when he decided he no longer wanted to be in the U.S. Army and he wanted to help the Taliban, so he walked off the base straight to the Taliban. American soldiers got killed in the search for this cocksucker. And he receives no prison time. You have one gentleman, one hero, who has brain damage in a wheelchair because he was shot in the head while looking for this piece of shit Bird Dog. And he receives no prison time. The judge in that case dishonored his position. He dishonored the United States Army. He dishonored all of those that lost their lives searching for this asshole. It is a complete disgrace on our country, on the United States Army. This tells other people they can walk off and do whatever the hell they want with no disregard. If people get killed, who cares? That's what that judge just said.
Oh, because he was held supposedly in captivity.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you go to the enemy. I am. I am sickening. I just want to throw up when I heard that today. And this goddamn piece of shit attorney is still going to appeal the ruling to try to get it thrown out. This asshole didn't do any time, and he's still going to appeal it. Just because Trump said something as a candidate. If he appeals and he loses that appeal judge should be able to throw a stronger sentence on him. Master Sergeant Mark Allen suffered a head injury in July 2009 while looking for Bird Dog. The injury has left him unable to speak or walk. And Bird Dog's attorney is now going to appeal where he got no prison time. Criminal justice. Only the fucking criminal get justice anymore.
Welcome to this week's Money Talk Minute with your business diva, Melanie Collette. This week, we're going to discuss interest rates. Why are they important? Well, they're important on two sides of your financial coin. On the one side, you have your debt, credit card debt, loans, and things like that, you always want to get the lowest interest rate possible. Why? That means that that money is costing you a lot less to borrow with a lower interest rate. And speaking of that, when you're looking at which loan or which credit card to pay off first, you're always going to look at the interest rate. Which one has the highest interest rate? That's the one you want to start paying off first. On the savings side of the financial coin, what kind of savings account do you want to open? What one should you choose? You will always choose the one with the best interest rate. And on the savings side, the best interest rate will be the highest interest rate. This means it will yield you the highest amount of return. And that's it for your Money Talk Minute of the Week. I am your business diva, Melanie Collette.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. You didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to SHRmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Except when a judge lets a treasonous bastard off the hook. I still bet he's going to appeal. I'll appeal this asshole. I don't know what the hell that judge was thinking. I think the judge was just fighting it back against Trump. And it was just a big fuck you to Trump. That's all that was. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's see. Where are we? Bitter Hillary supporters blast Donna Brazile, Elizabeth Warren on Twitter over rigged primary revelation. Following the Donna Brazile and Elizabeth Warren's allegation that the DNC rigged the 26 primary elections against Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton supporters, also known as bots, took to Twitter to express their anger. Former interim chair of the DNC, Donna Brazile, recently claimed that Hillary Clinton's team took control of the DNC before she won the primary elections against Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren corroborated Brazile's claims, leading to many Hillary Clinton supporters expressing their anger at the two Democratic politicians via Twitter. Failed Democratic presidential candidate Howard Dean incorrectly stated that no one has said the primary was rigged, despite Warren herself agreeing to exactly that on video. Howard Dean, as usual, a big fat lie, despite all the problems at the DNC. No one has said that the primaries were rigged. It's on video. But of course, they'll try denying it ever happened. Many were quick to point out Dean's mistake. Other users attacked Warren and Brazile for daring to speak ill of Clinton. Such patronizing attitudes from Elizabeth Warren and Donna Brazile. I voted for Hillary because she was a better candidate. It wasn't rigged. Whether correct or not, Donna Brazile's handling and timing right before her book comes out makes her actions seem more about lining her pockets than about helping the country or the Democrat Party. Here's the thing, you jackass. This is what's in her book. Some people have gotten advanced copies of her book and have let that known that it's out there. That's a revelation in the book. So yes, this is about helping her book. Oh, what a bunch of morons. Seriously, they have to be morons. How dumb can they be? She has a book coming out. This is something that's in the book. It's a revelation in the book. This was found out in the book. Oh, this was just leaked out to help her book. No shit, Sherlock. Why is Donna Brazil and Berners trying to take the focus off Mueller's investigation? There's the book, and I smell rubles. Oh, my God. Hey, dumbass. Clinton's the one that did the colluding with Russia. So, yes, you probably do smell rubles because you're backing a candidate that actually got paid off by Russia. The timing of these statements from Donna Brazil and Liz Warren is too close to elections for me to ever trust them again. Both frauds. Donna Brazil threw Hillary under the bus. Elizabeth Warren agreed the DNC was rigged. Trump and Trump Jr. are praising Warren in Brazil. Elizabeth Warren is obviously not who we thought she was. I won't support her, nor would I ever vote for her. Traitorous. Dear Donna Brazil, Elizabeth Warren, and Bernie Sanders, you guys are why the Democrats can't have nice things. Sincerely, America. Democrats I will not support in 2020. Number 1, Bernie Sanders. Number 2, Elizabeth Warren. Number 3, Joe Biden. The three of them can go to hell. Oh. See, I find it funny when it's on that side of the aisle. I haven't seen it on I saw it in the primaries on the Republican side. This is sort of what we went through during the primaries with the Never Trumpers versus Trump. They tried to hide everything going on in the DNC, and it's too many problems. It's just boiling over nowadays. Just boiling over. McCain's aide, who handled Trump dossier, is accused of dodging subpoena in BuzzFeed's lawsuit. Lawyers for a Russian tech executive suing BuzzFeed for publishing the Steele dossier say that a longtime associate of Arizona Senator John McCain and 2 major news outlets are resisting subpoenas seeking their depositions for the case. In a brief filed in federal court late Wednesday, lawyers for the executive... Oh, God. Let me get the wife out. Oh, let's see if I can get this name. Man. What happened to names like Smith and Jones? Oops. And from here on out, this guy will be known as the Russian executive.
Alexei Gubarev. Alexei Gubarev,
the Russian executive, claimed that David Kramer, a former State Department official and McCain associate, has been seemingly avoiding service of a deposition subpoena for weeks. And the New York Times and Wall Street Journal are challenging deposition subpoenas they have been served as part of the case. The Russian executive lawyers are attempting to find out who gave BuzzFeed the salacious dossier, which the website published to much controversy on January 10th. The dossier, written by former British spy Christopher Steele, alleges that... Hang on.
Uberev,
and his companies, XBT Holdings and Webzilla, use spam viruses and porn bots to hack into DNC computer system.
Gubarev
Vehemently denies the allegation.
Gubarev
Attorneys say that identifying BuzzFeed's source could shed light on whether the news outlet was warned that the information in the dossier could be false. They argue that publishing the dossier, despite such warnings, would show reckless disregard for the truth or falsity of information published. BuzzFeed has defended its decision to publish the dossier, which was financed by the Clinton campaign and the DNC and commissioned by opposition research firm Fusion GPS. It is also resisting demands from
Gubarev
team to identify its dossier source on the ground that it would violate its First Amendment protection as a news-gathering organization. Fusion, which has denied being BuzzFeed's source, was paid $1 million by the Democrats for the Trump Project. The firm, founded by 3 former Wall Street Journal reporters, paid Steele $168,000 for his spy work. BuzzFeed argues in its defense that its article publishing the dossier made it clear that the document had not been verified. The site said it was publishing the dossier because members of the intelligence community, including then FBI Director James Comey, had briefed then President-elect Donald Trump on some of the report's most explosive allegation. Trump has dismissed the dossier as crap and a hoax. To avoid revealing its source, BuzzFeed has insisted that
Gubarev
ask others who may have come in contact with the dossier to attest to whether they are the website's source. As part of that search,
Gubarev
lawyers issued deposition subpoenas to the New York Times, Wall Street Journals, The New Yorker, Mother Jones Magazine, CNN, and Yahoo News. The
Gubarev
team also sent a subpoena to William F.B. O'Reilly, a Republican consultant and Newsday columnist who wrote about BuzzFeed's decision to publish the dossier. O'Reilly confirmed to the D.C. that he received a subpoena this week, but he said he was surprised that he's being sought for deposition. He said that he did not discuss the source of the dossier with BuzzFeed. His only contact with BuzzFeed was for his column. O'Reilly says he spoke to BuzzFeed editor-in-chief Ben Smith for the piece, but that sourcing for the dossier was not discussed. Steele has revealed in court filings in London, where he is based, and where he is being sued by
Gubarev
that he briefed reporters at most of their outlets prior to the election. He said that he was instructed by Fusion GPS to provide the briefings. None of the outlets that had been subpoenaed by
Gubarev
are known to have had a full copy of the dossier published by BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed reporter Ken Bensinger discussed last month that he obtained the dossier from a source in late December. I don't think we're ever going to get to the bottom of this. It's going to be a big runaround. It's sad that we need protection of freedom of press. But when outright lies are being published, as they have lately, that should not be covered. When it's an outright lie such as that should not be covered. I don't know. I know it's a fine line. It really is. It's a fine line. But some of these so-called newspapers are purposely and obviously printing lies, knowing that they'll be damaging, and then hide behind freedom of the press, not caring that they're knowingly printing this bullshit. But that's what we have to get through. All right, everybody, it is that time. I want everybody to have a great weekend. I want you to be safe. Remember to keep your eyes out for tomorrow. It's going to be November 4th. Those Antifa little bastards are talking about doing a bunch of shit, so watch your back and have a great weekend. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.